Okay, 2.5. It's getting windy here as we get closer to the top. We're panning down into Devil's Hall area. Wow, nice. I forgot what these are called, diatoms, something like that. Wow, views. There's Guadalupe Mountain right there. Okay, we're in the thick of the Permian layer here. Some decent steps up here.
That is one profile, huh?
Okay, so this is my last day in this area, Carlsbad, New Mexico, and this is their little riverfront, they call it. It's an interesting little town here, but one thing I noticed today was that when I came outside early, it was 5:30, I guess, a.m. in the morning, and I could smell a hint of oil and gas, basically oil, well, oil, I guess. Just a little hint of it. I go, so I thought to myself, this is an oil gas area, you know, productions, and processing, whatever they do out here, because I could see a lot of it out going on. Have that faint hint of smell of oil out here. Interesting, huh? Imagine what the health effects of this area is. It's a cause. Here we are for another trip to up to one of our peaks here. We're going to do that's Guadalupe Mountain in that direction, but we're going to do Hunter's Peak, which is straight up there. I believe the trail kind of comes around this little hilltop here and up and around, and then it has a pretty steep incline. I decided to do the steeper one first rather than the gradual. Get it over with. Okay, so today's hike takes us, of these four, to the bowl area. We're not going to circle the bowl, but we're going to be up there at the bowl, skirt it, and then come on down. It looks like it's about it says 9 here, but I think it's going to be more like an 8.7. Siri, begin outdoor walk. Siri? Siri. She's not responding. Bright and early morning. Sunrise. Getting ready to do a nice hike. Looking at Hunter's Peak up there. To the left is you make your way into Devil's Hall, and then to the left, I guess center will be Devil's Hall. To the left is the path towards Guadalupe Mountain. Okay, looks like we're going to move a little bit on the Frijole trail. Cool grove of these reindeer chain cholla cactus. It's like sits in this valley here on the Frijole trail. As we make our way up to Hunter Peak. Okay, we're about perfect timing here. 1 mile. Working our way around on this Frijole trail. Looks like we're getting ready to cross the wash area here. First half mile was slow, gradual, and then the second half mile of this mile was a bit uphill. It's okay. It's a good start to my workout. Okay, we're making the turn to go up, and I got a feeling we're going to go right through this Permian layer. Hopefully I don't get too distracted by all the fossils, because it's a pretty hefty climb up to the top. Excited to get there, to work this. That's looking north. Now we're turning east and south.
Okay, hello world, hello everyone. We are going to start this terrain brief a little differently. Below you can see the elevation. Oh my gosh, it's called the elevation profile. So you can see here below is the elevation profile. As I move the arrow across, you can see the different elevations here. Looks like the highest point here, according to the elevation profile, is 8,300. Okay, so here's our view. We got Guadalupe Mountain right up here. You can actually see the trail, Guadalupe Mountain Trail here, as it winds, as it switchback its way up to the top there. Excellent hike. Again, this is a Google Earth, and this is how you can see a different perspective. Now the green here, all this green that's highlighted is the Hunter's Peak trail here. Starts over here in Pine Springs trailhead here. It works its way up across the bottom here. As you can see, I went up Bear Canyon, which is at the bottom of the screen here. And as you can see in the elevation profile here, it's pretty steep. Once you get to the canyon here, it just goes up. That's probably a pretty steep area. But the whole trail is about a 3,000 foot elevation gain. As you work your way up through Bear Canyon here, it just keeps on rolling until you get to the top here. What they call the bowl is this bowl area up here on the bottom right. So let's go ahead and switch this back to north, and I'll kind of come up a little bit. Again, we are in West Texas, southern New Mexico border here. As we look at this U.S., continental U.S., you can start seeing the state boundaries. Okay, now let's zoom back down into our hike. Hunter's Peak. My last hike in the area here. Enjoyable hike. I truly enjoyed it. And it was a long day, but hey, it is what it is. These are some of the other hikes in the areas here. As you can see as I turn them on, that's Devil's Hall Trail. Turn that off now. Guadalupe Mountain on the bottom left, right here. So those are great. You can see here that it has a nice profile, nice 3D profile. Oops. This is what I want, like this, and then we kind of come like that. Look at that. That is one profile, huh? There we go. Start at the bottom down here at this is Pine Spring Wash here. And then we kind of work our way up and around, and this here is a doozy all the way up here. This is Bear Canyon. There we go. Let's see now. I'll start this thing back up. Let's see what it does. It's nice, easy. Not easy, but it goes straight from the parking area. You just turn right and keep on going down across the wash. You kind of straddle the wash a little bit and go into the wash. There was a part of the trail along the wash was kind of caved in, so they had a reroute through the wash to get back up to these areas here. But as we, this is called, I believe, the Frijole Trail right in this area. And then there's a campground, I guess, to the east here, to the right. Then we lose the Frijole Trail and go straight up Bear Canyon, which is here's the Frijole Trail coming up on the right here. You can see it as it moves from left to right. Then we switch back straight up through Bear Canyon, and we're gaining elevation, of course. Where are we? We are about 6,500 feet here. I could get most of the trail, but hopefully I got the gist of the trail on the path here. As you can see here, now we're 6,800 feet. Let's see, coming up to about 7,500 in a second. And it just kind of zigzags and winds its way up and through the 7,000 feet, 7,500 feet right here. This is all limestone, by the way. It's part of the Permian Reef. Basically, this is the tough little stretch right here. Let's see, we're going to go up to 8,000 here. I'll put it up here. Oh, yeah, here's 79. As we're almost to the top here. And then you start to walk on, I believe it's the Bowl Trail, and then we hover around 8,000 feet here and work our way towards the point. It comes up along the reef area as well. You see there she is, Hunter Peak, and then right back down. Long hike. Let's see, what was the total? 8.4 is the total distance approximately. You can see it on the bottom left of the profile, or top left of the profile. It says distance, elevation gain. Basically, you come across the top here. It was open, some vegetation. Didn't the first part I saw some trees and pine, but then it kind of loosened up a little. There weren't very many trees, less than, let's say, the top of Permian Reef. That was a nice one. And of course up by Guadalupe Mountain you got a lot of good pine. And then here we just basically start to go down the hill here. Yeah, the path thing is kind of weird. I have to kind of readjust it. Let me see here if I could come up a little bit. We're actually going across the north side here. You can see it on the back here. Let's see if she moves around. Yeah, there she goes. Okay. I don't know why I call this route run a she, but I do. And then here's an interesting point. When you get to right about in this area here, as you switch back down, you start to see Devil's Hall out here. I think we're right here, and now we're going to kind of go back this way probably. Yep. And you start to see Devil's Hall, which is right about down in here in the wash area. And now we're probably working our way across here. We're getting up to this point here, and then down here to the bottom right was the gates, which they call a hiker's staircase. And then we work our way down. Again, all this is downhill, rocky. Just have good shoes, non-slip shoes, and now we come back down into the wash area. And from this point on, it's more or less you're already at what, 7 miles, you know, or 6.8. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, up here. This is about 7.5 miles right here. So we're kind of getting tired, or at least I was, and working your way back around the loop. Relatively, you know, easy. It's more about your joints and your knees, and then we work our way back to the parking area. Overall, a great hike. Wow, this terrain brief turned out to be kind of long. Okay, enjoy the rest of the hike. Okay, here we are, mile 2. Up through the, I think it's called a ravine. This is the wash area here. Trail's gonna switch back right here. To the right and left up. Steady climb, 2 miles, 2 miles. Nice. Okay, we're in the thick of the Permian layer here. Going up through, I guess some rock. Oops, I'm going this way. Some decent steps up here. All right, we're about that. We're on the north side of the guess of this trail, but I see all these pipes going up.
Hopefully you can see them there and distinguish them right there. They go all the way up. There's probably something up there, which we'll research about. And a little rocky area here. This will probably be full of foliage and covered in the, summer, fall. Right now, all the leaves are out and exposed to the sun. So we're still climbing through the limestone here. You can see the pipe going all the way up. All the rocks up here. Getting larger, of course, because we're getting close to the top. Not really. I think what are we? 2.25 over. So right now I'm going to do a quick talk on this on these pipes here. I mean, they are massive. They're heavy. I wonder how they got these things up here. I'm sure one by one. Okay, 2.5. It's getting windy here as we get closer to the top. Woo! Okay, so it looks like this is where the pipes went. Probably a water tank up there. Now it's rusted out. Looking southeast through this little canyon here.
Okay, hello world, hello future self. We are in the Guadalupe Mountains National Park. That is in Texas, home of the highest point, which is Guadalupe Mountain. But today's trail is going to be Hunter's Peak Trail, the loop, a counterclockwise loop, about 8.5 miles to 8.7 miles, up and around 2,700 feet elevation gain, as you can see. It's the 5th highest peak, and here are some quick facts here. You got the elevation gain here. It takes a while, depending on how fit you are. It is hard. If you go counterclockwise, you go up Bear Creek, and it is challenging. Here are the stats for the from, it looks like, all trails, and I guess National Park Facebook site. It's suggested to go counterclockwise. You have the ascent, which is the Bear Canyon, which goes through, you traverse several trails here, the Foothills Trail, the Frijole Trail, and then of course Bear Canyon up to, I believe it's the Bowl, B-O-W-L. And then we have the high forest, yep, there it is, the Bowl, which has yuccas and a few Douglas firs and ponderosa pines. The summit spur, it's a little bit way off the main route, but it's not. It's only 0.3. Very nice views of Guadalupe Mountain and the descent, which goes through the Tejas trails. No water. Scratches versus heat. Yeah, there is there. I guess during a brush season, they have you have a scratchy brush. Footwear, yes. Poles, yes. I didn't use poles, but I brought them with me. So the downhill, if you're a little sensitive, your joints are sensitive to the downhill, then bring your poles. Especially if you decide to go downhill through Bear Canyon. Boy, that one's going to be tough for your knees. Okay, Hunter Peak, there it is. Why is it called Hunter? It looks like this is the rancher that lived in the area, that owned a lot of this land. He was a conservationist as well. He donated a lot of this area to the National Park Service, which was nice. Let's see here. What else did I want to say about this? Yeah, he helped create the national park. He would. Oh, let me see here. I forgot what I asked. Oh yeah, he was a rancher that raised goats in that area called the Angora goat, which I wanted to say, what is an Angora goat? Anyway, it's a breed that comes from Turkey, Ankara, Turkey. If you're in the military, you kind of know what Ankara is. In Turkey there's a military base there. and Angora goat for the mohair. Okay, there we go. Some key characteristics there. And apparently this area was the #1 spot in the US for Angora mohair from this area. Interesting, huh? What were the... Oh, yeah, as you go up on the Bear Canyon, you have pipes. And what were those pipes? Apparently in the rancher, Mr. Hunter here, and they would, he had water collectors way up high, and then the water had gravity feed down to the valley for the livestock to graze. Very nice. Yes, and there's still the remnants of the actual tank up there. As you're climbing, you'll see it there in the middle on the, if you're going up on the left. And the original trail, I guess he built it for the to get the water pipes up there. I commented that those pipes are heavy. I don't know how they got those pipes up there, but they did. I guess if you have 6-7 people and a donkey and a trailer pulling them up, I guess you can make it. All right, enjoy the rest of the hike.
Here we are, mile 3. Actually, I think it's a little more. Panning south, southeast, 3 miles. See the trail down there where we came up. Well, literally down to the very bottom. So, okay, we made it to the bowl trail, leaving Bear Canyon. Made it to the top here. Now I think it's just a little bit of a climb to the top, Hunter Peak, and then we work our way down. Oh wow, you can see the pine cones here. These trees. Heavy duty wind up here, off and on gusts. Don't know how to measure gusts, but I would say 20, 30. I think we're coming up to the turn left to the peak. Yep, you see the pole there. Super windy up here. Yep, it's some big views you're getting ready to hit. Okay, here we are. We made it to the peak, Hunter's Peak. Almost got a marker too, USGS marker. Awesome. Wow. What views. There's Guadalupe Mountain right there. You can see the trails. Man, it's a monster trail too. I can't believe I did that a couple days ago. Looking south, moving our way west. Across to the north. Hunter Peak right there. Looks like people walk over there. I'm not doing that. Guadalupe Mountain, a couple times. Well, you can tell we're on top of a reef. You can see the little organisms, organic matter from the coral reef.
Here's what I found.
I forgot what these are called, diatoms, something like that. But they're all over here. Okay, we're about almost 5 miles, 4.9. You can see Hunter. Apparently, I've been breathing. You can see Hunter Peak right there, where we were, coming down into the valley here, into the canyon, up and around. Guadalupe Mountain right there, Guadalupe Mountain. Okay, we're at 5.5, the warm side of the mountain here. Warmer. You can see our trail down. To the panning to the right, you got Guadalupe Mountain. Okay, we're working our way down. We're about 6.7 miles. If you look down there, that's the gates. I called those Hell's Gates. Right there. And then you walk along the canyon here, the river, wash. Up and around would be Devil's Hall. Could be right down there, actually. Literally. Excellent views up here. Not as windy on this side. So we have another angle of Devil's Gates right here, down on the bottom there. Here we are, 7 total. Hunter up there, Hunter's Peak right up there. Cool reef formation right here in straight front. Slowly panning down into Devil's Hall area. Wow, nice. And then panning up into the and then down to the visitor center. All right, here we are, 8 miles. Up to the peak there, Hunter Peak. Came down this area here. Now we're panning over towards the Guadalupe trails, heads. Eight miles. Nice. Almost home. Okay, that was we went up towards the bowl there. Let me see, it's 9.1. Wow, almost right on. We went up to Hunter's Peak, right up there through Bear Canyon, across the bowl area, and then down the Tejas Trail. Beautiful hike.